Agriculture on the move.
Agricole mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Good day to you viewers and welcome to the program Agriculture on the Move. My name is Phillip Sydney. The government of the day or any government cannot employ everybody, cannot give everybody a job. That is why there are so many young people who would like to go into their own business. I can recall there are a number of young persons who are involved in who are entrepreneurs in their own way. They are involved in, like my friend down in Cicero, who is producing virgin coconut oil, and he is moving rapidly to increase his production. His demands are very high. We also have the gentleman who's producing fertilizer from the sargassum seaweed, Mr. Dujon, who's doing very well, and there are so many others. Those are persons who decided, look, I need to do something for myself. I cannot wait for the government to do it all. Likewise, this gentleman I have with me today, who is Mr. Linus Joseph, who is from Bocage, he has realized his dream. He was, and he is passionate about what he wanted. 2 years ago, he came to the office, and of course, he kept knocking on doors to get opened so that he would be able to create an environment for him to start his business. And 2 years from then, today, he has now produced a product, a local product. Everything here is local, plantain and macabo flour. Welcome, Mr. Joseph, to the program.
Yes. Thanks for having me today. Yeah, it have been a pleasure. A long journey.
A long journey.
I'm here. Yes, as we could recall the last time you saw me to now, and then you saw a finished product, which is
in other words, when you came in, you just had an idea. It was just on paper.
Just on paper.
Yes, and today it has been realized.
Yes, it has been materialized.
Tell us who Linus Joseph is.
Well, Linus Joseph is basically a son of the soil. I mean, he was a mechanic before, and then now he's into agro-processing, which was it was instrumental with one Mr. Weeks.
Yes.
He was the person that directed me in that direction. But you know, over time, I did other things until when lately in his latter age he came to me, and then he told me, look, why not do it? Mm-hmm. And then I got it done. That's when the journey to bring this together. It was a long fight.
Tell me how you began.
Okay, I began in the kitchen as usual,
mm-hmm.
you know, a little experimenting,
mm-hmm.
and then, you know, making all my friends sample it, say, yes, it's okay, you have a product. Mm-hmm. Then, slowly and slowly, you know, I say, you know what happened? Why not? Then I got, luckily, I met a friend. He told me, I have a place, a rundown place. If you could make it work, okay, it's fine. Mm-hmm. Then I looked at it, I saw the possibilities in it, and I said, yes. But you see, initially, your dream is one thing, the actual doing it is another thing. Right. You wouldn't see the under potential until you start doing it. And when I started, you know, you get little hurdles and things like that. But I say, you know what happened? If albeit that's the end of the rope in solution for me, I'm gonna get that done. And work at it, get disappointments, sleepless night, gray hair, which I didn't have before. Yeah, and then I am here now. Very proud of it.
Yes.
Very proud. Experimenting, and I mean 2 years of experimenting to get that perfect product, because it's not an exact science. Mm-hmm. You have to get at it, and every night sleep, leave your home 2 o'clock in the morning to see the machine giving you what it on. You're losing 200, 300 pounds that you have to throw away. I mean, this was a real tough fight, and it's there now.
Which of the institutions that worked with you to ensure that you get to that point?
Firstly, Ministry of Health. I mean, I have to give them kudos to them. especially the manager, Mr. This nice Feskin guy, really nice guy. I mean, when I went to them, they were a little shaky in the beginning because they didn't know, since it was to them it was an innovative product, they had no how to bracket it in the health things. So they had me waiting for 2 years, and then when I finally gone to him, he explained to me exactly what was going on, and in 2 weeks, I got everything done. Now that was, and after that, but then from there, we've been managing on our own. And then the only other institution, which is a private one, Massey. And that's basically.
But before you get to the marketing part of it, I'm sure you had to get your standards.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Bureau Standards was on board with you.
I did omit Bureau Standards, and my apologies. That place is a fantastic place. Yeah, these persons work like diligently. They try always. They call me back. They communicate with me. They make sure that I got that thing, and that was really nice. I must applaud them. I must applaud them, Bureau of Standards.
So they did your labels?
No. Everything is what was done by me, because I have a little graphic design skills though. So I was able to put things together about myself. So basically it's me. Yes.
So in terms of the packaging, did they tell you how to do the packaging?
No.
You
basically
did yourself?
everything myself.
Wow.
Well, it is said that if a man he needs some, what they call it, necessity is the mother of invention, and that's it. So I had to come up with ways and means, even to do machines in the factory. I had to build them myself.
Okay. So getting to the machines, how were you able to decide which machine that you had to use? Did you go online? Did you get any assistance?
Okay. Well, basically I got the assistance. Well, I started reading up. I needed to get the fundamentals of what is happening. And then, because I wouldn't just go and buy a machine and then you realize it didn't work for you.
Correct.
So I had to get the fundamentals of what's going on, understand it, make sure I have a direction of where I'm going. And then from there, I need that machine. But then look at the specs of that machine. Will that machine serve me where I'm going? Because one might say, oh, we're doing X amount, X time. But then when you start to produce and you see it's a lot bigger, you buy a machine which is basically
way too bigger than you can
use. No, way smaller than what you
need.
Yes.
Right.
So you take a little time, do a little research, and then wow, okay, well that one add up. Then we move on. We bought that and that one. Then we move on. But then when we came to our drying part now, this is where the hurdle come in, because finance. Every machine that could do something for us, 200,000. 300,000. Okay, I say, you know what? Based on the fundamentals of this cannot be hard. So I decided, you know what? Let me draft it up in my head. Go and learn how to do electricals, a little electronics. Put it together. Look at what they have. Look at the makeup of it. Read the manuals, and I was able to build one. You built one? I built one.
Wow. But I hear you keep saying we. Did you have anybody working with you?
Yes. Me and my lady's dad, because he keeps on, gave me a little hand. You understand? So me alone, nah. Yeah. We discuss it and back and forth, where we're going, how we're doing it. So yes.
So it was like a trial and error kind of thing?
It's not an exact science.
It
is really not an exact science.
So is it an electrical dryer you have, or is it solar?
No, an electrical dryer. A solar dryer we would not be able to give you the volume you want, because it takes 3 days to dry in the sun. And basically we're working at a 16-hour day to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then again you also have to, because we are the mercy of the elements, and to produce that, it has to be in a timely fashion. Anything goes down, spoilage.
Okay.
Because you're dealing at a level of enzymes there now, so that's a little different from like you could do things with your hand.
Right.
Once you're working on this little, micro things, everything has to be at a timely fashion.
Okay.
So you cannot you cannot afford to have the sun shining now, rain falling, sun shining. When you put on your electricity, it keeps the temperature
At normal.
Until it's done.
Until it's done, yeah. Okay, we are due for our first break. You're watching Agriculture on the Move. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon.
Family time is a healthy time, and a healthy family eats smart. Local fish and seafood from fishermen and farmers that you trust with your family's health is always fresh. Choose fresh seafood because it's packed with nutrients. St. Lucia's fish and seafood producers meet every government standard for health and safety, high quality, fresh local food products straight from the fisherman to you. Choose St. Lucian fish and seafood at your local grocers and choose a healthy lifestyle for your entire family.
I use fresh local fish right there from the fisheries department. Eat fresh, buy local.
St. Lucia's fishermen produce an abundance of fresh foods, highly nutritious and incredibly tasty. Together when it's most important. Healthy families, buy fresh, eat fresh.
Welcome back to the program, Agriculture on the Move. I must tell you, I omit to mention that the name of his company is Gatas Traditional Foods St. Lucia, GATS, and you'll see some highlights in a while as to what is being produced, which is the plantain and the macaboo flour. Okay, let us continue on your purchasing of your equipment. Was it a hassle, which is financing? Was it a hassle to get finance to start off the program?
Yes, basically you cannot get finance from nowhere once you have it on paper, it's difficult.
Right.
I mean, you have to get to Belfund. Belfund will give you a hand. But then how far can you go with a project that basically probably in the hundreds of thousands of dollars? So we had to come up with ways and means, you understand, to get the finance. You understand? Well, my lady's dad helped me out. Well, she's a partner actually. So all these, that is how I'm able, or else I would never been able to, all now, so I'll still be on paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
But going to that project, I'm sure it's market driven. So you did your market research first to know there was a demand for it before.
Yes.
Well, how did you do that?
What I did was, I normally take trips onto the supermarket, you understand? And then I pass by where they have the local products. I look at it. I'm seeing, well, the local products on the shelves are, measly. I said, you know what? This is an opening.
Okay.
You understand? This is an opening. So one time I saw they had sweet potato. Then after a time I don't see it again. I'm like, okay, there goes another opening again, because the person that I was starting in my direction kind of gave up. So then I spoke to persons. I did it in a small quantity and sold it by the market. And then I realized the feedback, person saying, I did that when I was younger, this and that. It was time, word of mouth, not actual questionnaires, but word of mouth. And then I said, you know what? Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
Yes, that's what
The other thing on this, I'm sure you looked at the health part of it too, because it's gluten-free. All right, and a lot of persons, as we know, using the white flour is not the best. So I'm sure, did you or have you had any discussion with the Ministry of Health? Because I'm noticing on your flyer, people here, here's a beautiful flyer which says that you can cook it, you can bake, you can do soups with it, cakes, cereals, pastries, even baby foods, teens and athletes, adults and elderly can use it also.
Yes.
So have you had any discussion with the Ministry of Health in that regard?
No, basically we haven't had any consultation with any ministries and per se, other than what is needed to actually start.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But in that light, no way. No.
But do you see that's another step that probably you need to take in terms of advertising?
Well, this is where the business is at now.
Okay.
Advertising, sensitizing.
Okay.
This is where we're at now. We really need, at least for persons to know, because everybody is like, what? Plantain flour? Where did that come from? You understand? I never know of that. You know, 1, 2 persons know it, but you understand? For instance, when we have it on the supermarket shelf, it lingers because nobody knows, and basically everybody is moving towards health, gluten-free, and it's right there. Yeah.
But when you went to the supermarket, to management, I mean, did they buy into it, readily, or did you have any problems getting them to buy it from you?
Well, I didn't go myself, okay? It was my lady's dad because he was doing that marketing side for me.
Okay.
And I was actually trying to get the production going, all right? When we went there, they didn't give too much trouble. They just make sure that we adhere to the standards and this and that. And, you know, they took a small amount first to see how it will go. But now it have moved up, it have climbed a little bit. But other than that, that's about it. They didn't give too much trouble, I must say. They were pretty nice and accommodating, tell us, well, you know, guide us along.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
tell us the packaging, they want it like that, they need it like that, do like that, go to Bureau of Standards, go and check to see if there is any VAT behind it and all kind of things. Yeah, they was really good.
Okay. Now, excuse me. So going back to the purchasing of the raw material, when you deal with the farmer, how are you getting plantain readily to get to that stage?
Yes, I must say. We were getting regularly. And I'm really amazed at the terrain at which the farmers plant, and we have to go there. I'm like, oh, how do they do that? Yeah, kudos to them, I must say. And that's a nice avenue for them now, because if I do for 1% of the population to make these kind of flowers, we're looking at approximately 10,000 pounds just for 1%, which is about 1,700 persons. So that's a really niche market growing up for them. You understand? So we're just waiting for for persons to buy in, to purchase the finished product, so that we could pass it on to the farmers.
Okay. So in terms of production, how often do you get your processing done? You purchase from the farmer. You know, is it weekly, monthly? How do you work it out?
We do it monthly now because it all depends on how it goes into the supermarket.
Okay.
So if it increases, we could do it every day. We have the capacity to do it every day.
Okay.
But it's now we just have to wait based on when the supermarket calls.
So basically, how many pounds, say you would on average, you would buy from the farmer?
On average, we buy basically 200 pounds every time we go to him, and that's a small amount by thing. So we're working at a pilot plant capacity there right now. You understand? Yes. So that's 200 pounds every time we go to them.
Okay. So that's another market that the farmer has.
Oh yes.
Because in addition to the markets that he has by the selling by the road, selling to the supermarkets, etc. So that's an additional market, which is a good thing.
And a nice growing one at that.
Yeah. So, but do you use all of the varieties? You use the apem and the acorn, everyone?
Every single one.
Okay.
You know, and the nice thing about it is that, you know, if the skin has a little blemish, I can't reject it because I'm using the inside. And so the farmers are, you know, they know that whatever they sell for me, as long as it's the right size, I mean, I can't buy too small, but the right size, everything is okay.
Okay, that's great. Okay, we are going to our second break, but when I come back, I need to speak with you concerning the skin that can be transformed into animal feed. Okay, you're watching Agriculture on the Move. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon.
St. Lucia is blessed year-round with an abundance of fruits. But do you know that most of them go to waste? Here's an opportunity to invest either from a small to a large-scale agro-processing enterprise. You can contact the Ministry of Agriculture for further information.
Welcome back. Linus, I noticed before I go into the animal feed part, I just want you to explain to the public what we have here on the table, where they can get the product, you know. So just explain to them what we have here.
We have plantain and macabu flour. Presently, we have a 10-pound version, we have a 1-pound version, and we have a 112 gram, which is a quarter-pound version for those who cannot afford the thing. So the 10-pound is not presently in production because, I mean, the price of it is a little, beyond a lot of persons.
So that's so
They're more for hotels,
you can put hotels, right,
yeah,
right,
persons who
right.
doing things in
Yes,
big batches. But this is the family size one, and you have the little one for persons who just want to, you know, to make a little porridge on a regular basis, and it's a small amount.
Okay.
Yes, but you could get the 1 pound at the supermarkets. These I sell it to various persons, you know, with little trays to try to see for them to make a profit. Yeah, so it's really nice.
Have you ever contacted the bakers to see whether they can?
No,
Okay.
we haven't, because basically all what we produce in now goes straight to the supermarket.
Okay, okay. And you supply them what on the as the demand?
Yes,
No?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
as the demand.
All right. Okay, going back to the animal feed, because once you can do that, I mean, the skin, I remember growing up, I remember, you know, feeding, you know, the skin of bananas, and also the bananas either, you know, fresh, or we used to boil it and give it to the animal. Is there a possibility of working with the livestock division to find out whether you can dry the skin and get it grounded and for livestock?
Okay, well, this is the next journey in our business. You see, because presently we pay for the plantain, which includes the skin, and basically we have to give it away to a farmer. Okay, so we have already been doing the research in turning it into like a filler for the pigs, for the ruminants, which the government now is trying to push now.
Right.
The ruminants, the pigs, the poultry. You know, this is the way we go. We want to turn it into animal feed, and we've been doing that under the research. We've about 95% there already.
Okay.
Okay.
So, well, will you need additional equipment?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. And definitely you need a lot of, yes, you need equipment, and also we need to get another place, because I don't think people will want plantain flour to be produced where they're making animal feed.
Yes, yes.
So
yes,
there must be
yes.
a separation between the two. Yes.
I completely
Yes.
agree. Okay, now moving forward, you mentioned you at the point where you need to advertise because you don't think that the product is going fast enough in the supermarket. What do you need to ensure that you get your adverts out there?
Basically, we are at the point where we need finance, because we've spent basically all what we had trying to actually get the product together. Okay, so we are at the point where we need finance to market the products, because I mean, advertisement is not cheap.
It is not cheap.
Yes, it's not cheap. So we need. So this is what we need: sensitizing people. Look here, we have a product here that will actually help you health-wise, economy-wise, farmer-wise. This is what it is. Support it.
So what areas of advertising you looking at? Have you identified, have you prepared a proposal in that regard?
Well, not as yet, but we're more looking at TV ads and radio ads, you know, just to make it kind of a little household name for when you see it on the supermarket shelf, for you to gravitate towards it. This is where we're at now. Yeah, but other than that, we haven't gone into speaking to any governmental institution, because we were, for the past 2 to 3 years, we were actually doing the experiments. That's how long it taken to actually get that beautiful looking product there right now. Yes.
Yeah, but you don't think it's probably, you know, wise to work with an institution who would be able to put, you know, a project proposal together to cost it, you know, and to look at the various areas that you can concentrate on. As you said, TV ads. I mean, you have gone thus far as preparing this, which is very good. But you need to take it a step further. All right. So that maybe if you have a proposal and the costings and on what you need to do, then you can take it to one of the institutions, the lending institutions like, you know, SLDB, you know, who probably can help you. I don't know if that would work for you.
Oh yes, it should. Anything now, it's a possibility.
Okay. So overall, in terms of getting your material, notice your packaging material, how easy it is to get that and how expensive this is. Can you get it local?
Well, everything is local. Everything from the labels to the bags, because we kind of buy in the bags from government, I think at the Dennery old boxing plant over. I think it's Mabuya side around there. So we get the bags from them. These big bags we get it from Ramco. So basically the labels are done at that place there, at J. Vegas.
J. Vegas.
Yes,
okay.
yes. Which they help a lot in doing these kind of things.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So how did you arrive at Gatas?
Gatas is my name, part of my name, and my lady's name.
Okay.
So we just combined the two. And strangely, I met a Spanish guy. He said it means cat.
It means what?
Cat.
Cat.
Cat in Spanish.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
cat,
okay.
like this little fall. Yes, yes. And I'm like, eh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. All right. Now, so the way forward, apart from your advertising and everything, you know, what would you like to tell young persons out there with ideas who would like to go into any project like this? Again, not sitting on the block, yeah, because I think there's a lot. The environment is open. You know, like the other guys have done it. Like the guy from Cicero who went into virgin coconut oil, like Mr. Dujon who saw the avenue to go into the sargassum seaweed fertilizer for plants. You know, what ideas you have for those persons who with ideas out there, what do you have for them?
Yes, one, you have to be focused. That's one. You see, you will start with the idea and you'll have that burst of energy. Okay, I'll do it. Then when you start to meet the stumbling blocks, that's when you start into to crumble down. Every time, no. Start small. If it means that you have to start in your kitchen, so be it. Whatever you have. Don't think that you need a big giant place, especially equipment. As long as you have a mind, do the research. You will come up with ways and means. Because a lot of the industries out there didn't start from all these big mechanizations. Simple persons go into workshops and put things together. Yes. So don't say it can't be done because you don't have that machine.
Yes.
Build that machine.
I agree.
Think about it. Look at it. Study it. If it takes you 10 months, break it down. Learn what it takes. You have the ability.
Right.
You on the block and doing nothing, that's time wasted. You can use into studying. That's right. To get it done. Right. It's possible. Okay. The other thing what I think is that I wish you know the public sector would make it more easy for persons who want to go into it. Make it more homey. Make it more welcoming. Go down to earth. Speak their language. You know, make them feel okay. It's possible. You know, you would go there and then sometimes persons as a little fellow maybe have no education, give you some kind of paperwork and speak in some bigger language, and then you get intimidated already. You understand? Yeah. Be more, you know, be more humble. Make it more comfortable. Accommodating.
Create the environment for them.
Well,
yeah, man. Yes. Linus, thank you again, man.
Yes.
I must say it was a journey, you know, and there was a huge success, and as you could see, you are here.
Yes,
thank you again, and I wish you success, and I wish you to, you know, continue to climb.
Yes.
The sky is the limit. Okay.
Yes.
You've been watching Agriculture on the Move. I've been speaking with Linus Joseph, who has produced plantain and macabo flour. As you could see, the product is great, nice packaging. It's on the supermarket shelves. Go in and buy it. It's gluten-free, and of course for your health reasons. And again, I'm appealing to the young persons out there. You have an idea, don't sit on the block. You can do it. Speak to people. Speak to Joseph. You know, speak to Mr. Dujon. You know, come to the Ministry of Agriculture. We can guide you through. Until then, I'm wishing you a good day and eat fresh. St. Lucia's best. I'm Phillip Sydney saying goodbye and see you again.
Okay, thanks again.
Comrade, all the best.
Yes, likewise.
Agriculture on the Move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the Move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the Move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the Move.
Agricole en mouvement.